Okay, you might think you're so smart about this. You just missed TimeFactor television show last Sunday about exclusive interview with President Obama. Well, guess what? We have an update for you. I'll play this parts 1 and 2, and I'll explain this because for our 13 of this series on Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and the politics, right here on the final closing TimeFactor video commentary thoughts. So let's do it. Somebody's got to say it. This is the LH Music TimeFactor radio show. Okay, you might think you're so smart about Miss TimeFactor television show last Sunday, and I know it's gonna be good. Trust me about that. But here's the purpose. Last Sunday's TimeFactor television show after the Super Bowl segment. So I can just give you a tasteful things that you don't want to know about this one. So Bill O'Reilly does the show, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be an extended interview for part 1. So here it is. Here it is because the analysis tries to take over this you know who thing. So here's Bill O'Reilly with an Obama extended interview, part 1. So, would you take a look and watch, and tell me what you think about this one. So, here we go.
And we hope it worked for you. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, Factor exclusive. After the live stuff was over, the President and I continued the conversation, beginning with Afghanistan.
At this point, are you confident that we're going to win in Afghanistan? And can you say to the American people, the blood and treasure is worth it, we are going to defeat the Taliban? Can you say that?
I can say that we will defeat Al-Qaeda and that the Taliban will not be retaking Afghanistan.
You can say that with surety?
Well, look, I can't say anything with 100% certainty, but I have confidence that our troops have done an incredible amount of work. That they are now on the offensive rather than being on the defensive. And we're starting to transition so that Afghan security forces can start taking over. The Taliban are still going to be an element in Afghanistan. But what we've said to them, and what we'll say to, I think, everybody in the region, is as long as you respect the Afghan Constitution, as long as you lay down arms and are not involved in a violent overthrow of the government, then those of you that want to participate in the political process, you should.
Okay, so it'd be good to get them in. Karzai is a problem. In Karzai, you know, the people of Afghanistan do not respect that man. We're backing another guy like we backed Mubarak, another guy who's very troubling.
Well, look, I think that Karzai has a very tough task in building a country that is the third poorest in the world, that has never had a strong tradition of a central government, doesn't have a civil service, 70% illiteracy. So he's got challenges. Now, what I've also said to him is, you've got to improve governance.
And he says to you, I'll do what I want.
Well, I don't think he says he'll do what he wants. What he'll often say is that this takes time, and what I have to say to him is, the American people have made a big investment here, and you don't have indefinite amounts of time.
Do you trust this guy? You trust Karzai?
You know, I would say that I trust that he cares about his country and he cares about the relationship with the United States. But I do think that he's got some big changes that he's got to make in his government to be legitimate in the eyes of the Afghan people over the long term.
At the end of the year, we'll have almost all our troops out of Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay, guess who shows up a couple of weeks ago? This Sater, this thug, the Iranian guy, all right? He comes back. It looks to me like Iran is waiting for us to leave and is then going to try to dominate Iraq. You see it that way?
No, I don't. If you look at what the government formation process has been, first of all, you've got a democracy that's up and running. You've got a lot of squabbling between all the factions in Iraq, just like you got squabbling here in the United States, but they haven't resorted to arms. The Sadrists got, I think, like the tourism ministry and a couple of, they wanted defense, they wanted all the big fancy stuff.
See, what I'm worried about is that Iran, a more powerful nation than Iraq, starts to just ferment turmoil throughout Iraq, and so they can have a sphere of influence there. I think people are worried about that.
Iran is a big neighbor of Iraq's, and those two countries have a relationship, but Iraq, I am confident, is going to be able to maintain its independence and maintain a strong partnership with the United States.
I think I'm worried about that. All right.
Well, I worry about everything, though.
Two more questions. Yeah. One is a criticism and one is a compliment. The criticism comes at the State of the Union address. I did not see urgency from you about the $14+ trillion debt. I saw a little cost. Yeah, we'll freeze this, we'll free that. I didn't see the urgency here. Almost every economist I talk to says if the United States continues to rack up debt the way we're racking it up, our dollar's going to collapse and everybody's going to be down a drain. Why didn't I see more urgency from you?
Bill, I think there was enormous urgency.
Did you really?
Look at what we're doing. We're cutting $400 billion. We're proposing to cut $400 billion of spending over 5 years.
GOP wants triple that.
No, but understand that by doing that, we will get domestic spending to the lowest level as a share of GDP since Eisenhower. That means we'll be spending less in terms of discretionary spending. We'll be spending less than we did under Reagan.
Yeah, but that's a little bit of a sleight of hand because there's so many entitlements in the defense and stuff like that.
Well, and we're making cuts in defense. Now, here's what you're absolutely right about. The long-term problem is entitlements.
Yeah.
Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. And what I've said to the Republicans is, I want to work with you to figure out how we cut spending on this.
But see if those pinheads can come up with something.
We're not going to be able to do it. One side is not going to be able to get it done because it requires tough choices.
As an American, I am tremendously worried about that.
So am I.
You got to put the brakes on that.
Thank you. Thank you. To be continued. Now, here's the purpose about the thing about cutting and spending healthcare is part of the problem, and you got to deal with this, and this outrage, and but here's the bottom line from this one, because every time he sets a tone about healthcare and anything else civilized that you could defeat Al Qaeda in Iraq and all that stuff. And Bill O'Reilly is right. He's got to put the brakes on it, and brakes on it, and that's why you can't be civilized. Try to embrace, and this lyrics for Beethoven says, "Be embraced, millions." And like I said, be embraced for this one, for this victory, because he had to embrace the healthcare stuff and issues, all that stuff. And I don't know if Barack Obama is right or wrong, but well, I don't know. I guess it all just depends about this whole notion about this one. Because I have no clue whatsoever. Excuse me. Anyways, don't forget tomorrow, part 2 of this exclusive interview with President Obama, and part 14 series, 14 on Beethoven's 1970 and politics, and we continue with O'Reilly and Obama. Extended interview for part 2 for tomorrow, and I told Bill O'Reilly I want results. Trust me. on this Saturday's Time Factor television show on Fox Nickelodeon. So it will be nice to be obvious. So trust me. And and I don't know. Things could be better. After all. Anyways, we're almost out of time because we gotta say goodbye. But trust me about that. But you will have time to do it. Anyways, make sure you check my website at lhmusictimefactor.weebly.com, and so is my final closing Time Factor video commentary thoughts at thoughts at final closing Time Factor thoughts.weebly.com. And I don't know, it's gonna be good. So trust me about that. So,
anyways, LH Music, America's Love Festival.
I gotta go.
And go with God's blessings. See you tomorrow. Good night.
And not gonna be easy. Anyways, like I said before, lhmusictimefactor.weebly.com, and so is final closing Time Factor thoughts.weebly.com blogspot as far as we concerned. Now, part 14 of this Beethoven's 9th Symphony and the Politics, about the continuing of this Bill O'Reilly exclusive interview with President Obama that you just missed it last Sunday. And hate to tell you, but who knows? Don't forget, Thursday's gotta be American History Parade, and so is Friday's Thank God It's Friday, which I'm back. I have a huge cold. Trust me about that. My brain freezes. Zzz, zzz. I know. For my final closing Time Factor Friday video commentary thoughts. So, I gotta go. Anyways, LH Music, America's lovable fastball Christian conservative, is signing off, and we will be the real conservative key for the real conservative answers. And I'm out the door. Bye-bye for now. Time. Angel Song and Mercury.
Don't forget to Facebook me and follow me at facebook.com/LHMusicTime, as well as twitter.com/LHMusicTime. You'll be glad you did.
Time Factor.